What up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome back to another Warframe video. So we got the first Devstream of 2025, the Infested Lich, Zoren Prime, and more Giganto Devstream. This is like a 2.5 hour-ish Devstream, it seemed like. So we got a ton to go over. I'm not going to cover every little tiny detail, like operator hairstyles and stuff, but the big, juicy stuff we'll be covering extensively here. And yeah, a lot of this stuff's going to be happening like next week, so let's get right into it. But before we do, make sure you sub this channel. We do daily Warframe video uploads, build videos, news videos, discussion videos, all that kind of stuff. You're in the right place for Warframe content. And yeah, Infested Liches, not until March, but we have a bunch of stuff in February to cover as well. So let's hop right in. Okay, so first things first. Starting off February, right, we're going to have a gigantic chonker update. If you watched my video from a couple days ago, I'm like, all right, guys, I'm foreseeing it in the tea leaves. February 6th will be a gigantic update day. And lo and behold, it is larger than I even expected. So, February 6th, we're getting Rhino Heirloom, new Nightwave, Star Days returning, Belly of the Beast Arcane Farming event returning as well, and also Switch will become playable on that day as well. So, the next day after that, February 7th, will be TennoCon sale, tickets going on sale, and February 12th, you got Zoren Prime, Pseudo Prime, dual Zoren Prime, and Zoren Prime accessories. We'll show that stuff in a bit here, but yes, February 6th is a chonker of a day, technically double events if you count Star Days as an event, but yeah, Belly of the Beast returning. My meta guide from last year will still be good, but we'll make a new meta guide for 2025 for Belly of the Beast, because we got a little bit of power creep since then. And yes, you can also see Zoren Prime right here. Now, on February 6th, when the new Nightwave starts, this update, that's not going to be this update. We'll talk about that later. But when the new Nightwave starts and the new Belly of the Beast event returns, you're going to have, basically, you're going to be spoiled for choices. Good luck deciding what you want to do. But yeah, Belly of the Beast should be around for about a month. Yeah, here's the new Nightwave armor here. Look like a Tech Rot Infested. And we got a really, really small screenshot of the augment. So credit to iStars for his screenshotting skills. Thank you so much, dude. You did a great job on this one. But yeah, we got the Vesper 77 and AX52 augments right here. So for the Vesper 77, the new pistol from 1999, it's called Leaded Gas. On a weak point hit, which if you've ever used the Vesper, it's a really slow firing, hard hitting weapon, which is very single target. On a weak point hit, getting 300% increased gas damage and status damage for 6 seconds. So, gas procs have good AoE. Status damage is a massively powerful stat in Warframe. So this will be really strong for a gas build, or if you're not even running a gas build. If you got like viral on there, it will make it viral gas, and it'll have a lot of strong gas procs too. So very, very powerful on that front. The other augment I think it requires like level 25 is for the AX52. It's called Biotic Rounds. On a weak point kill, increased viral damage and magnetic damage and status chance for 15 seconds. So if you get a headshot kill in either mode, it will be good to go for viral magnetic. If you have a corrosive build, it's going to be corrosive, viral magnetic, lots of debuffs, lots of damage. So good stuff there. Moving on, here's a good look at the Tech Rot Infested armor that will be at level 30 of the Nightwave, which starts on February 6th. And what do we have here? Okay, so we got the Tech Rot update coming in March as well. So this is a separate update. The Infested Liches will not be until March, so don't expect this stuff until like a month later. But as far as what you can expect in the Tech Rot Infested Lich update in March, you got dating sim improvements. Defense missions in general are being reduced per rotation from 5 waves to 3 waves. So if you watched my meta arbitration video from the other day, this is going to be a big buff to meta arbitrations as far as getting more loot. In a 100-wave arbitration defense, you're getting we went from 20 loot drops to 30 something loot drops. So very, very good on that front. Also, we're not done. Aura Forma are becoming Omniforma, okay? When I say Omniforma, what do I mean? I mean it will work for any polarity in the game besides Umbra polarity. So the way you can get Aura Forma in Warframe is you run arbitration missions. You can build them, but I'm not going to recommend you build them because they're very extremely high build requirements. But yeah, this stuff right here, these are becoming, air quotes, universal Forma. Just no Umbra polarity allowed. So you have to use 10 Nitane and Argon Crystal, 4 Formas, and it takes 24 hours to build. Or you could just go to the market over here and buy them. Now, it is definitely recommended to get the bundle versus the singular. The bundle is 3 Aura Forma for 150 plat, basically 3 Universal Forma for 150 plat, or you can buy 1 for 80 plat. So it's pretty much buy 2, get 1 free. Even the second one's discounted. So if you do want to stack them up, I'd recommend buying the bundle, as building them is definitely a lot more time investment. But if that's all you got, you can't spend plat, sure, still going to work too. So as well as this March update, we're getting a Riven capacity increase plus 30. So with with MR30, it should be 210 total Riven slots if you have bought all of them as well. Next, Rhino, the starter frame being crafted, crafting reduction reduced to 24 hours. And also another fun feature, you ever done like a random public matchmaking mission? It's like you get like 2 of your friends or 3 of your friends or whatever, and there's one random dude that just went AFK after the mission. You couldn't get him out of your squad because there's no vote to kick in Warframe. You can now disband randoms after a mission. So there will be a button, it seems like, where you can kick all the randoms out of your squad. So if it's you and your friend, goodbye randoms. We don't really need you anymore because we're getting somebody else invited. So great stuff there. Also some mod filters for in the mod screen. So good stuff. Also stealth auxiliary is now a setting. Oh, it's apparently an automatic feature to disband after a mission. Good stuff. So that'll be an automatic thing, it seems like. Moving on, we got the Pseudo Prime and Lavos Prime stuff. Remember, this is coming on February. This is a modded build for the Pseudo Prime, so we can't really decipher the stats too perfectly. Additionally, February 7th, we're getting those TennoCon ticket sales. I got this stuff a little bit all over the place here, but yeah, there was a new concert at TennoCon this year too, involving Warframe music. It's actually going to be a big arena, it sounds like. Got a good look at Rhino Heirloom here. Rhino's Iron Skin will have new settings you can toggle between. So you could do, Rhino Heirloom Iron Skin, which is like a bunch of like rings, which is not my favorite, but if you don't like it, you can go for the other ones too. Deathwatch, Rhino's Iron Skin, Prime Iron Skin, blah, blah, blah. Also, these horns are the Signa too. The Star Days event will have these glyphs as they do loot this year, if you want to get these glyphs. Besides that, not sure if anything else at Star Days is being improved. Oh, actually, no, I think that they're reducing the debt bond prices of some of the glyphs, because there's a lot of glyphs now. So a good look at Lavos Prime, looking really nice. And then as far as Lavos Prime himself, he is getting a health and shield buff, from what we could tell. Looks like 60 health and 40 shield, if my memory serves correctly. So no armor buffs to Lavos. And actually, unfortunately, it seems like no ability or stat bumps to Lavos besides the Prime stuff you always get. So Lavos players want some quality of life on their passive or whatever. Doesn't seem like it was in the cards this time, but keep complaining and maybe you'll get it. Because that sure seemed like it happened for someone else this time. But yeah, Lavos getting a small buff, because every Prime gets small buffs like that. We have the dual Zoren Prime is the new weapon, also the Pseudo Prime. No Sepulchrum Prime. Also got a Cyandana and the armor set for Lavos. And for the dual Zoren Prime, reminder, there is no Incarnon for this. I keep almost calling it Incarnon, but it's the dual Zoren Prime. And if you remember back in the day when Coptering existed, they're adding a little fun feature to the dual Zoren Prime. On slide attack, you will gain a burst of speed, doubled while airborne. So it's like a mini Coptering melee. That being said, the stats look pretty good, but we're in a Incarnon world, and this is not going to be an Incarnon at least yet. And they have not announced any new Incarnons either, so as it stands right now, you get a little mini Coptering goofy ability, which will hopefully be powerful, and you have no Incarnon and just a high stats slash weapon pretty much. So, good stuff either way. Dual swords are very strong. The dual Zoren is a very old weapon. Okay, for that March update, it's called Techrot Encore. You saw a bunch of the features in it. But one of the things I didn't talk about is going to be stat stick Riven changes. Okay, actually stat sticks in general being completely changed. So if I could find that tab again. Looks like it was right here. So you might see this Pseudo-exalted rework, okay? Gigantic bomb of information coming in. And I'm sorry to have to be the bearer of bad news. Stat sticks from Incarnons and Rivens are not going to work on Pseudo-exalted weapons anymore, from what they're saying. Now, we don't have the full information yet. We don't have the dev workshop. We'll begin that in February. But this means that for frames like Korra with her Whip Claw, Gara with her Shattered Lash, and Atlas with his Rumbling Fist, whatever it's called, these will no longer scale with the special things we use, basically, to buff them a lot. So if you had, for example, the Magistar Incarnon, the perk of Critical Parallel is going to work on your ability. That's just how it's always been. We were hoping that's how it always would be. This has been the game for a long time like this. Additionally, Riven mods and mods on your build also work on these abilities too, not to mention Arcanes. So, going forward, after this update, this will no longer work. And you are going to have a separate modding screen for these. So, for example, if I was on Gara, this ability would have a modding option right here, like probably like right underneath the Parazon. It would be, I could put mods on it, like like a normal Exalted. This will also let Exalteds have Arcanes on them, but the funny thing is Arcanes already technically worked on them. But yeah, we're getting a separate modding screen. So a big nerf to one of my favorite frames, Korra. If you don't think it's a nerf, I don't even know what you're trying to say, because it is literally going to be a damage loss massively. Now, I'm hoping these purple shards still work, because it's going to be a pseudo-exalted melee, hopefully. But this might be a nerf that actually removes invisible Korra build, because as of right now, the Whip Claw is basically only a melee. It's only a melee ability. After this pseudo-exalted change, I'm expecting invisible Korra to be removed from the game. Unfortunately, a very, very strong build that we threw together on the channel, potentially being removed, and the damage will definitely be nerfed a lot too. But they did say they're going to make more mods work on these pseudo-exalted, so we'll have to see what ends up shaking up over time. But as of right now, guys, be very, very careful if you're buying any stat stick Rivens. Thankfully, weapons like the Magistar are still going to be really meta, strong, powerful after this nerf to pseudo-exalteds. But, you know, weapons that aren't as meta as the Magistar will be definitely less enticing. We're talking like weapons that are actually just bad, like the Ankyros, a weapon you would basically only use for a stat stick before. So if the Riven dispo is really high, Ankyros max stat Rivens. Rivens like this will definitely become like actual trash. Like no one's going to use the Ankyros, no one's going to use the Amphis for that matter. Now we had mostly moved on from those for the most part. But yes, guys, Magistar Rivens are not going to be working on Korra's Whip Claw anymore. And you can thank people complaining for nerfs on Twitter about that. I literally made a video on it last year. People have been asking, and of course, the devs are like, oh no, we're not going to do it. I feel like they are definitely like hammering them. Please, please nerf it. It's too hard to understand for people. I don't have a Riven, etc. Whatever it was, this is literally made by complainers, guys. So I am sad to tell you that the nerfs are going to be going through. Now, will it end up being an actual nerf at the end? Of course, the devs don't call it a nerf. But realistically, they would need to massively multiply the damage of Whip Claw to make it even compensate. So we'll see in February and March, but don't hold your breath on it being the same OP level right now. They would need to actually buff the base stats of Whip Claw to make that happen. All right, moving on to the Infested Lich weapons. We got to look at a couple of them here. We got the Tysus right here. Now, DE did not... So the Liches are coming out in March, and they said they were taking feedback to change the system. It does not really seem like they changed the system that much. The air quotes infested hollow keys that I was talking about previously, those are still staying in the game. And additionally, they're adding a new type of item that will allow you to, let me get the exact wording of this. It will allow you to switch elements of the weapon on the fly once it is 5 forma and rank 40, okay? So once you get a weapon like this, like the Infested Lich Tysus, if you put 5 forma on this, it got level 40, it will allow you to basically switch it to like ice, or switch it to fire, or switch it to whatever you need to on command. And additionally, you can buy these weapons for 10 Infested Hollow Keys, and each Infested Lich will drop enough Hollow Keys to actually get the guaranteed weapon. So this stuff will rotate every 4 days. I know, every 4 days these will rotate, and there will be, I believe they said 6 or 7 weapons that will switch every 4 days too. So a really, really annoying system, to be honest. Ergo Gloss Store, 4-day rotation. It's pretty much just Ergo Gloss Store. And the element will be whatever they decide to have there. And additionally, it's not going to have every weapon every visit. So it's a big, big yikes, in my opinion. So get ready to wait multiple days to have the weapon you even want, and it'll be 25. And in the meantime, you'll be farming Infested Hollow Keys from these Liches. How will these Liches appear? Oh, before we get to that, we got the Infested Ghoul Saw right here is what I call it. It's not actually an Assault Saw weapon type, though. It's an actual hammer. It's going to have a visual change depending on what your IPS weighting is. But yeah, that's what the new Infested Lich hammer right there. Hopefully will be pretty good. Also got an Infested Lich shotgun right here. The Infested Lich, I think called it the Mercy shotgun. But it's going to have some special stuff going on. So it looks really, really nice visually. Hopefully nice damage-wise too. And how will you fight these Infested Liches? There's going to be new bounties, it looks like. They will drop these new types of... okay, how do I say this the nicest way possible? It's just the Requiem mods from Corpus Liches and Kuva Liches, but with a new coat of paint on them. They'll come from these missions, just like DE told us last year, when I called it in last year that it's just the exact same system. These will come from these bounties. They're all common drops. You know there's about to be a bundle you can buy with this too. And additionally, here's the new changes to the Lich system. Now, if you can see right here, these mods will provide you progress on use, but is destroyed after you use it for some of them. This one always gives you 5%, and you get increased movement speed on use. It's basically do a guaranteed part of your bar. If you got instant secure, 30% of the bar fully filled, but it destroys itself on use. How do you get these mods? These will come from these like little blue computers you hack, and after you beat the mission, you will get the mission or the mod given to you. So like right here, quick correct from her doing an exterminate or whatever that was. Okay, so as far as the rest of the stuff here, here's a look at Iron Skin, the heirloom version. And additionally, we've got a look at Gyre Deluxe here with the steampunk look and the Gyre signature of the Ultranox getting a very nice skin as well. And we're not done yet. There's going to be some dating sim improvements throughout the year. So in February, they're going to make some more convos. In March, there'll be play all conversations about. There also is an announcement, guys. 4 more proto frames on the way. Yes, confirmed by DE. 4 more proto frames on the way. And I still got more tabs to go over too, so we're not done talking about it. So expect them. Now, I want to hear what you guys think. Which proto frames do you think will be next in the comments down below? Let me know. My predictions right now are going to be like Loki, maybe Rhino, Zoren. Zoren would be pretty good. So hopefully get Zoren, and then the last one, maybe Ashe. Ashe, Loki, Rhino, Zoren. Those are my guesses. Let me know what you guys think down below. But yeah, I think Zoren should definitely be in there because a lot of people want Zoren proto frame. Moving on, here's a good look at your new mod filter screen. Pretty useful and helpful. And here's a new frame. It's going to be a frame with a crossover compilation, or what's the exact word for it? It's basically a collab with the metal band Periphery. It's a guitar frame. Think of it like Octavia. They call it Rocktavia. It's a rock version of Octavia with an electric guitar, and it will be really awesome. I'm looking forward to this one a lot. So expect that to be in the Tech Rot Encore update. Looking really, really good. Here's the 10 hollow keys to buy the weapon. Here's a look at one of the other new Infested Lich weapons, the Dual Coda Nicardia. Now, as far as what this thing's going to do, I believe it's on shot. It's going to make spores appear on the enemy that will cause cold procs, I believe is what it's going to do. But yeah, basically going to be a pretty nice little, if you don't have the dual tox, you can do this instead kind of weapon. Looks really nice. They are dual pistols. If you want to get those special mods for the Infested Lich, here's a red hidden key in the mission. And here's a good look at the Infested Liches. Now, for the Infested Liches, they will be dropping a guaranteed cosmetic. There's going to be special emotes they drop, ephemeras, floofs, and more. So, that's going to be what you're farming for this. They are not going to drop the weapons themselves. They will drop the blood cells, whatever they're called, to actually get the weapons from Nyx, Proto-Nyx. So, that's basically your Devstream, guys. Definitely a roller coaster of emotions, but we also don't have full information. If they buff Whipclaw, they buff Atlas, they buff whatever, you know, like Gara, whatever, maybe the ribbon removal, basically, static removal, won't be as noticeable. But as of right now, a lot of players are definitely thinking it's going to be a big, big nerf. Will we still be able to one-shot Acolytes? I would hope so. But, yeah, I would not recommend buying any God Roll static runes right now, because not only has the price is probably going down a lot, but also, they will not be as useful going forward. As stat sticks are being removed from Warframe as far as we're aware, it will be a bunch of buffs that will not work, it seems like. So, either way, we'll have to see with time. Let me know how you guys feel about this Devstream down below. As far as my overall opinions on it, so a lot of people are asking me, like, are you disappointed it will be in March instead of, like, February? No, I wasn't. If you watch my video from November of 2024... I predicted, I'm like, we will not get Infested Liches until March of 2025. I called it back then. As you can see, it is going to be in March, unfortunately. It's not that big of a deal because I was already ready. So, yeah, but for some players, that's like, this might have been your first dev stream. Hearing nothing until March, or not nothing until March, no Infested Liches till March is probably really disappointing. So, let me know how you guys feel about that down below in the comments, because, yeah, definitely a roller coaster of emotions. The Infested Lich system, definitely, I feel like it needed more changes than it did. The biggest thing they're adding is going to be the like progress mods that like skip a bunch of progress and be able to switch elements on demand, which should apparently be added to Corpus Liches and Kuva Liches too. So a lot of changes to the Lich system at large. As far as Lavos Prime himself, I was actually hoping for some Lavos quality of life, honestly. Lavos quality of life would have been great, and that's not happening. So hopefully Lavos players are okay with what they got already, because it's not changing much. So either way, guys, hope you found the video fun, helpful. We'll have a new, maybe more of a breakdown of specific things on Devstream tomorrow, and I'll see you on stream tonight. All right, guys, take it easy. Bye.